it's a bunch of contributing factors. There's no question. I'm not saying it's strictly DEI or even predominantly DEI, but DEI factors in here. I mean, bottom line, it's an element and there's a catastrophe. So what degree, proportion of causality, we'll never know. We just know that it is one of the issues at hand. You've got antiquated power lines. You've got antiquated water systems. You've got diverted water for energy, conservation. So this is what makes it a perfect storm of failure. The bottom line, I would say the least on the list would be climate change, climate crisis. These are problems that have existed in California for an era. Now, to bring it up, PG&E, let me see, can we do it here? Okay, there we go. We're still able to share. PG&E woes, it's not Procter & Gamble. Okay. Pacific Gas and Electric, my apologies. Reports this company delayed safety upgrades in California. This is from February. I don't know what's been done, and this is 5 years old by this time, literally, so I don't know what's been done in the last 5 years. Pacific Gas pushed back Wednesday on a new report alleging the company repeatedly delayed planning safety upgrades to a transmission line in the area where California's deadliest and most destructive wildfire started last year. Sorry, Ganthet, I mean, this actually further confirms the issue. They've known about this for at least 5 years now. You do nothing, literally nothing within 5 years, and that which you do only exacerbates the problem. You are exquisitely culpable. But let's find out who. There was another player in here, and she's a Karen. Karen Bass. This is from the New York Post. LA Mayor Karen Bass cut fire department funding by $17.6 million, focused on homeless spending months before wildfires turned city into hellscape. Oh, by the way, for all the money they spent on the homelessness problem, they still haven't solved that either. Unless this was the solution to the homelessness problem. Just burn the whole fucking city down. Burn it all down. You no longer got a homeless problem. Everyone's homeless. Los Angeles, I mean, these are the things you hear. So you've heard canceling insurance policies, confirmed. Diverting fresh water for the Sacramento smelt, confirmed. Donating firefighting equipment to Ukraine, confirmed. Insurance, did I say the insurance canceling? Confirmed. Known weaknesses in infrastructure, confirmed. A firefighter chief who's focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, confirmed. Cutting the firefighting budget so you can focus on the homeless who might be the ones causing this in the first place, confirmed. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass faced scorching criticism Wednesday as it was revealed that she cut the city's fire department budget by $17.6 million ahead of this week's devastating fires. But don't worry, I just did that cut. That couldn't have contributed to this because this was years in the making. As she prioritized funds for its massive homeless population that largely went unspent, according to a report. The cut was the second largest in Bass's 2024-2025 fiscal budget, city figures show. And it wasn't even the gutting she wanted. Oh, she didn't get all of it. The cut was to say, if she'd had it her way, they would have cut it by $23 million. LA budgeted, and then they're going to say, oh, it's only $23 million of 830. It's a drop in the bucket. It wouldn't have changed anything. LA budgeted $837 million for the bravest in fiscal year 2023-2024, which was shockingly 65% of the $1.3 billion slated for the homeless. Hold on, let me read that again. LA budgeted $837 million for the bravest in fiscal year 2023, which was 65% of the $1.3 billion for the homeless. A city comptroller's study found that nearly half of that funding went unused. Unused? Squandered? Misappropriated? Allocated to other entities? Not arm's length? I don't know. Where the hell did that money go if it went unspent? Is it still sitting there? Her budget cuts resurfaced as the LAFD issued a rare public plea asking for off-duty firefighters to join the battle against 3 massive wildfires across the city. Geez, we know we have a problem about antiquated firefighting systems with pressure going up to higher elevations where fires also occur. So let's cut the funding and spend it on the homeless, but then not also spend it on the homeless. 70,000 people ordered to evacuate from their homes. Okay, it's about leadership management that we're seeing a failure of. And all these residents are paying the ultimate price for that, said Rick Caruso, LA developer who lost the city's 2022 mayoral race to Bass. The fact that Bass was in Ghana when the flames broke out added further fuel to her backlash. Was it a vacation? Hold on. Why was she in Ghana? Why would the ambassador of Ghana do such a thing? That's an episode of The Simpsons, people, in case anybody didn't get it. Let me see something here. Grok. Why was Karen Bass in Ghana? Let's see what it says. Don't say vacation. Don't say vacation. Don't say vacation. And now let's take a pause from this video for a word from our sponsor, The Wellness Company. Are the globalists gearing up for a pandemic scare after failing at the ballot box in November? Just weeks before President Trump's inauguration, California Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a bird flu state of emergency, granting himself sweeping powers reminiscent of COVID-19 policies. This comes after a severe case of H5N1 bird flu was reported in Louisiana. Critics like Nicholas Hulscher warn that pandemic fears may be weaponized to challenged Trump's agenda, including the nomination of RFK Jr. to lead HHS. Is this a health crisis or power play? Last summer, Dr. Peter McCullough warned about the bird flu, linking the virus's rapid spread to gain-of-function research, a now common practice at many labs globally. Dr. McCullough urges early prevention just in case, recommending a contagion emergency kit from the wellness company. His medical board-approved solution with 5 clinical life-saving medications like ivermectin, Tamiflu, a nebulizer, and hydroxychloroquine. Every household can now have access to these hard-to-get medications in the event of another pandemic. Get yours today by filling out the digital intake form, and the kit arrives in 1 to 2 weeks at your front door. Don't wait until the deep state puts their plans into action. Stay ready for the unexpected. Head to twc.health/Viva and use code VIVA to save $32 and free shipping. Available only to U.S. residents. And now back to the video. Karen Bass was in Ghana as part of a 4-member U.S. presidential delegation attending the inauguration of John Dramani Mahama as Ghana's president. This trip was scheduled to celebrate the new presidency and also included engagements with Ghana's first female vice president, Nana Jane Opoku Agyemang. That's amazing. Even in her excuse for not being there, it's DEI related. Not DEI, but I'll say gender identity politics based. Holy shit. Where's the article? All right. So she's there. It wasn't a vacation. I'm sorry. What the hell does the LA mayor have to do with celebrating the presidential election in Ghana? Hold on a second. Hold on. I might have to ask this question live. Why would Karen Bass, LA mayor, celebrate the election of the Ghana president? But this is I'm very curious about this now. Karen Bass, as the mayor of Los Angeles, was part of the U.S. delegation. Okay, fine. Here are several reasons why she might have been involved in such an event. Diplomatic relations with Ghana. The U.S. often sends delegations to significant international events like presidential inaugurations as a gesture of diplomacy. Personal and professional interests. Bass chaired the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa, Global Health. Okay, that explains it, which suggests a professional interest in African affairs. Her presence at the inauguration could be seen as a continuation of her work in international relations. As the mayor of LA, community engagement. Los Angeles has a significant African diaspora, including notable Ghanaian community. Her attendance might be viewed as a gesture to engage and honor the heritage of the constituents of Ghana. Economic and symbolic presence. Okay, so that's why she's in Ghana. Holy crap, people. Amid reports LA fire hydrants have run dry as they battle the flames, Caruso said Bass was directly to blame and called for her being literally called her out for being literally absent as the city burnt. I think you should start asking, why don't you call the mayor who is out of the country and ask her? Get an answer from her as the flames kept up. Yeah. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is on a taxpayer-funded trip to Africa as part of the Biden administration presidential delegation while her city is burning to the ground, wrote America First Work President Ashley Hayek on X. This is insane. Elon Musk, who has been serving as the advisor and confidant of the president, even chimed in and said, utterly incompetent. Bass finally returned to Los Angeles, where she met with California Governor Gavin Newsom, and amid the torched rubble as flames still burned uncontained across the city. Unreal. So, yeah, it's all true, by the way. Almost literally every single conspiracy. The only question is whether or not it connects into some form of broader conspiracy. Okay, that's Huberman with the alleged starting of the fire. This is a guy who had to tie up his jacket so that it made him look a little leaner. Here, let's see this. Runyon Canyon is on fire. I've never seen anything like this. Born and raised in LA, all of West Hollywood and Hollywood is now under threat.
Fire, and as you can see, it's already pretty big. Ash everywhere.
That is wild.
This is right up against West Hollywood, the Sunset
Look
Strip.
up. Do you see it? Oh no, so I don't.
And the Hollywood Hills.
Is that spreading in real time, or is that just coming over a house and we see it?
It is just.
I think that was just coming over the horizon.
Of flames. I've never seen Los Angeles like this in my life.
Look at these tornadoes of fire that it creates. Right there. You see that? I mean, it generates its own weather.
This is insane.
Okay. There was one. What is this? News. TV crews are using SpaceX Starlink to broadcast live from the coverage.
We just got today. That's the only reason that you're able to see us right now is because of a Starlink connection that we just got today. That's the only reason we're able to hear and communicate with you.
There was one that I wanted to see actually in particular, but I don't know if we're going to find it in time. We're not watching the full documentary here.
Their homes, and I'm watching the small businesses around us go up in flames. This is people's livelihoods, so it's devastating.
Livelihoods, everything. Oh, and then there's this clip from Joe Rogan, which
He's telling me, he goes, dude,
went viral. Let's listen to this.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons that freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind. and fire is going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do. I talked to a fireman.
It's pretty wild. I mean, if you say it's going to happen and there's nothing you can do, we knew it and there's nothing we did. I mean, I don't know. There was, that's Gavin Newsom. There was somebody. Oh yeah. Well, this was yesterday where, again, people can connect dots that don't connect. And people were saying, oh my goodness, this is evidence of Iranian missile strike or something. Watch this video. And I think it's going to start right about there. There, you see that? People are saying, what is that? And my best guess is that that's like a short on a high tension power line, and it's just the flame running down the line. But this is where when people do not trust the government, they will see conspiracy everywhere, and they will come to conclusions that might be inaccurate, but conspiracy traumatized.